Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Thursday, so you know what that means. We're gonna have another educational Thursday presentation tonight. We got a phenomenal guest here to come talk about financial literacy. We have general conversation. We got a special guest that's gonna probably pop in with him, my guy. Some amazing stuff happening in the city. But we here, community. Give it up for the people. We excited, all right? It's Thursday. Y'all know what that means. It's going down. I'm excited because I'm back. Sister Io is out starting her 2-week vacation. Yeah, y'all got to deal with me and Mark. You got the voice and the bishop. I'll be here with the people. So just get ready. It's going to be a lot of wild stuff. But y'all know it is Super Bowl Sunday approaching us this weekend. San Francisco 49ers are in the Super Bowl. So this Sunday, we won't have a Sunday conversation for community, but we will follow up the next week. We are getting close to our bowling event. Community, I don't want y'all emailing me. I don't want y'all texting me yelling, hey, man, I can't get it. I'm telling you, you must register for this family-free event, all right? February 25th is going down, okay? I'm looking at the registration. The numbers is going up. You better register. We put it all over social media. We've been emailing, blasting folks. Make sure you sign up. This is going to be one of the most epic events happening for the month. I mean, I'm not even going to say that because it's been amazing events happen all month. But this will be another one as we come to the end, as we start closing out this Black History Month. So we are excited. So many amazing things happening as we are revamping. We're doing things. We're trying to make adjustments and pivot as more community needs and concerns come up. We got a lot of organizational moves that are happening because we want to serve the people. We want to bring this platform to all of our communities that we support in the Black and brown communities. Amazing things are happening, and we just go keep pushing forward as more and more things continue to pull up for us. Opportunities is coming, so we excited, looking forward to being a part of you all as well. So with that being said, want to go ahead and bring in the Rev, the voice, Brother Mark. What's going on, King? Talk to the people.
Well, what's going on, community? Man, as always, Bishop, I am glad to be here, man. Really looking forward to tonight's conversation. I know it's going to be very informative, but man, I ain't going to lie, I'm really excited about this bowling event. I know there's a lot of things going on for Black History Month, but the bowling event will be kind of the culmination. And honestly, I've been in prayer, man. I've really been kind of pressing in just to see, having the opportunity to be there in person. I have an impartation for the community, so I'm definitely looking forward to being there, man.
Man, we can't wait to see you. The community folks are going to be coming up. That's the guy. That's Mark. That is the voice. What you doing, brother? They're going to be excited to see you. But, you know, it's going to be epic, man. And I'm excited because anytime you can bring Black joy to community, Black unity to community, this is an opportunity, folks, to come together. When they say Black folks don't come together, we can't do things without having a great time. This is how we change the narrative, bringing community, different folks together to just enjoy life without the stresses of what it's going to cost. Come out, celebrate with us. Thank you to all of our sponsors that continue to support the work that we do and understand the impact that it takes as a collective. It's not just us, it's the collective of folks who believe in the mission, the vision, the work that we're doing, supporting us. Without you all, we couldn't do this. So we don't want to forget about the amazing sponsors that kick in and support all the work that we do. With that being said, I want to say thank you to all of the community. Okay, today is a very heartfelt day for me. Today is my mom's birthday. As you all know, I lost my mom, and it's been a challenge. You know, every time this birthday comes around, this particular week is always emotional. There's ups and downs, and I just appreciate all the community who love me. Okay, it's community. Y'all keep me going. I mean, I got so many text messages, call, people checking me. I felt like I was like, I'm dying. Everybody come, Bishop, you all come check it out. Okay, I'm all right. You know, and then tomorrow is is emotional. Where my cousin, he died on the 9th of February, a workplace accident. Always just, you know, it's this week is always tough. It just things happen, so many hateful things. Everything just seems like the week I'm getting attacked all week, things happening. But you know what? I just keep my head up and I say, thank you, Bob. Thank you, cousin. Thank you to all of my ancestors for protecting me, keeping me strong, getting me through the motions. So I appreciate that. So thank you, community. See, this is the reciprocity that we talk about. We give you all love, and I just appreciate how you guys gave me love today. Those little kind words, those text messages, those prayers, those emails means so much to me, and it's difficult, and I always tell people I'm a moving, grieving person. There's so many loss that we experience, not just in my personal family, my community family, and there's so much loss happening around us every day, that we just try to stay strong and get through it. So just want to say I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm here. Y'all know the bishop. I'm not gonna quit on the people. I'm gonna keep pushing, and till everything gets right. So, with that being said, we gonna get started. I know it's a lot of talking going on, but we'll get through this. I'm gonna just breeze through a couple of the top headlines that's going on, because I know community's always like, "What's going on in the community?" There's a lot of things happening, a lot of policy changes happening, a lot of things are taking place, and I just want to give community some updates. One, the Oakland police fired one of their probationary police officers for making racist texts and content on social media. Again, as we continue to fight, when we talk about policing, we talk about community unity, okay, these issues are still in our community, as the chiefs of these police departments across the Bay Area and beyond are continuing to try to build community relationship. These little things continue to divide the community. And I just got to say, community mistakes happen. The situation was caught. The young officer was released. Terrible. But again, it just goes to show that there is some oversight, there is some accountability that is happening. Maybe things didn't move as fast as folks wanted it to happen, but it did happen. So again, we just got to keep building, right? Nobody's perfect. It's going to be hard to weed out the bad apples. But again, it's just great that somebody is watching. People are checking these officers' text messages and social medias to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do as civil service of our community. So that was just information I wanted to put out there. Also, we know with all of the economic crises that are going on across this country, the jobs are going away, businesses are closing, things are happening. We are in a financial crisis in this country. People are just desperately doing economic crimes. There's a lot of folks running into retail stores, doing petty robberies, running in people's houses, a lot of things happening. So, I just hope that we find a way as a country to band together, community organization, city officials, departments that has access to bring resources to the community, that we do it so that folks are not desperately putting other lives and folks in jeopardy. As you all heard, all over the news, went viral. A man went into the Apple store in Emeryville and stole all kind of phones and electronics with an Emeryville police car sitting right in front of the Apple store. Again, these crimes are happening, but today they did arrest 3 individuals who were connected to that. And it's just, things are happening. But we just got to keep going on. We got to keep holding folks accountable and keep making sure that these folks who are supposed to represent and bring public safety and things to our community also brings it. And then today was breaking news. Governor Newsom here in California and the state attorney general is bringing more officers to Oakland. And they're also bringing the state attorneys to help the district attorney's office to go and, investigate and start getting some of these cases and things removed and prosecuting folks to try to bring some kind of law and order in Oakland, across the Bay Area. It's just not Oakland. All of our cities are just out of control. The lawlessness and the amount of crime that's happening is just outrageous and it's terrible. A lot of times the folks who are coming into these cities to commit these crimes don't even live there, and that's just terrible for our city. But it's interesting enough. I always tell people how politics play into this. So once the state said that they're getting involved in Oakland and in the city, the general attorney was coming in, all of a sudden there was breaking news. All of these cold cases in Oakland. We got suspects in these cold cases, and they know the state's coming in to check out what's going on. So, hopefully for some families, that brings closure, and hopefully some things that may have been lingering in these offices. We know there's political things always happening, that some of these things will be taking place, and at least they're moving. They're making some waves, and we'll see what happens over the next 100 days with these changes. Also, the NFL International Pathway Program is considered a great program that's working. A lot of folks in Nigeria are coming to play for the NFL, and these scouts and these folks are saying, these brothers has got some special DNA, and we already know we special, but their pathway program is working as they're trying to bring more NFL players from across the world into the NFL. Also, the Supreme Court is looking into hearing the case about removing Trump from the ballot. So the federal courts will be coming up with a ruling soon as they're looking over into that. Also, the 7 indicted in the Times Square migrant brawl. The DA is denying reports about out-of-state busing, but they are looking into all of that. Also, in San Francisco, there's a lot of articles going on about Mayor London Breed and Proposition 47. People are upset. I don't know. We'll ask the financial brother on here. We ask Mark later. And then one of the other propositions about the mayor of San Francisco asking for folks who are on government assistance to take drug testing. Some folks are outraged. People think it's crazy. I don't know. All I know is I got to go to work every 2 weeks. If my job drug tests me, so I don't know. All I'm saying is if I got to pay my tax dollars for folks to get assisted, is it wrong to ask to take a drug test? We know people now. I get it. People go say, well, John Henry, people are using drugs and the kids go suffer. I get all of that. All I'm saying is I got to go to work and I got a drug test. I want to have a problem with it too, but I got to obey, right? So I don't know. I'm all about fairness and transparency. As working people, we got to do all these things to make a paycheck, and we can't just be wild. We got to be accountable. So I don't know. I want to hear what the community say. I know some folks is upset, but again, how do we change the narrative? How do we make people accountable? All I can say is this: community, y'all mad about this, but get ready for what's coming down as these court systems are going to hold more and more Black and brown families accountable for the action that their kids do in crime. Everybody's on there talking about this Michigan shooting mom and how she's being prosecuted. I said, don't worry. They put this white lady up there first. And they holding her accountable for her kids' action. Now, watch what they do to the Black and brown community when they say, hey, well, we did her. What about y'all? It's coming, community. Get ready. All right. So that's why we got to start working with our young people, mentoring our young people, adults. We got to get our stuff together to make sure that our young people can make the right decisions when our parents are not around, when the grandparents are around, when they at school. Because I'm telling you, it's coming to a point where they're going to start holding parents more accountable for kids' truancy, crimes, retail crimes, when these kids running into the mall, doing these mob flashes. I'm just saying, it's coming. Just believe me, it's coming. But, that's all for the news. Just wanted to get that out there. Again, Super Bowl weekend. We excited. We won't have a show. We'll be out celebrating, representing our Niners. And that's how we're going to do it. But with that being said, I'm going to turn over to Mark so Mark could get through our community events so y'all can know what's going on. So people ain't lying and saying, we didn't even know. I've been in meetings, all I hear people say, I didn't even know this was going on. Stop it, y'all. We give y'all every show, all the events that's going on. Come on. We put it out there. All right. Brother Mark, go ahead and take off. Tell the people what's going on.
Absolutely, Bishop. I will definitely pick up from here. Let's get through these community events. First event, join the SF Public Defender's Office for a community budget presentation on Friday, February 9th from 12:15 to 1:15 p.m. at the SF Public Defender's Office. Register to attend in person or via Zoom. For the link, see it on the screen below. And the SF Brown Bombers host the 2023 Awards Banquet to celebrate 24 years of excellence on Friday, February 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at St. Mary's Cathedral. To the 2023 rostered participants and 2 parents may attend for free, $10 for additional guests. And the Honeycutt Foundation and OEWD and DKI presents Generational Wealth Accelerator, Building Spiritual and Personal Wealth on February 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. For more info, see the link below. And Season of Black Art Symposium on Saturday, February 10th from 4:30 to 10 p.m. at the AACC. This is a free event. For more info, see the link below. And come join us for their R&B Valentine's Day party on Saturday, February 10th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. This event is benefiting our senior citizens community. And the SF Ocean Ingleside Lions Club presents a student speaker contest on Saturday, February 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Ingleside Branch Library. The topic for the 2023-2024 contest is for a better world. What would you change? For more info, see the link and information below. And save the date for Kesh Care's third annual Give Back Day on February 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ruth Williams Opera House. Register to provide resources or to volunteer. See the number below. And the Gumbo Social is hosting a Super Bowl party on Sunday, February 11th at Gumbo Social. RSVP now. The Village Project and Success Centers presents Mardi Gras SF Style. Fat Tuesday Masquerade Ball on February 13th at 7 p.m. at Hotel Nico. For more info, see the info bright link below. And the SFHRC and partners present Drum Beats, Heartbeats, Communities as One 2024 with SETI X, Kippy Marks, and Lion Dance Me, and the Dunya Dance and Drum on Tuesday, February 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the SF Public Library. The African American Achievement and Leadership Initiative hosts the annual Board of Education presentation on February 13th at 6:30 p.m. The presentation will center on the experience of Black students, their families, and Black educators in SFUSD. Arrival by 6 p.m. is suggested, and in-person public comment is greatly needed and appreciated. And Project Glimmer hosts Empower Hour series with Charles Schwab on Thursdays, January 25th through February 15th at 4 p.m. via Zoom. Registration information is below. And the SF Alliance of Black School Educators presents the annual African American Honor Roll celebration on February 16th at 5:30 p.m. at the Chase Center. The SF Arts Commission Galleries invites emerging artists to apply for a mentorship and exhibition fellowship. 2 artists will work with the curator/mentor on professional development and create new work for an exhibition. Apply by Tuesday, February 20th by 11:59 p.m. For more info, see the link below. And Mr. Predictor Live and Unplugged presents the 30th anniversary celebration with Selesky, aka Two Took, and special guest on February 22nd at Brick and Mortar. Tickets are $30 online, and there's a $250 VIP table, which includes 4 drink tickets. For more info, see the link below. And Mo Magic will host the Renaissance Black and White Ball on Friday, February 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. at From Hall, USFIN, San Francisco. And Third Parent Family and Youth Service will host the Financial Literacy Workshop Series on Friday, February 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Google Community Space. This is a free event and is for high school students. Registration is required. And the YMCA and Dreamkeeper Initiative invites you to the Black History Parade and Community Party on February 24th. The parade starts at 11 a.m. from the Bayview Opera House and ends at the Southeast Community Center. The community party starts at 1:30 at the Southeast Community Center. Food, entertainment, kids zone, and so much more will be offered. And save the date. Author and outdoor Afro founder will present Trailside Talk, Nature Swagger with Rue Map on February 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Eco Center at Heron Park. See the link below for more information. And Into Action announces the Black Cultural Preservation Mini Grant Cycle 3, opening on January 25th and closing February 26th. For the March 1st through May 31st, you could get up to $9,500 in funding for Black cultural preservation events in the Tenderloin, Lakeview, Sunnydale, Visitation Valley, and OMI. To apply, see the links below. And the AAACC, in partnership with the SF Public Library, host author Margaret Wilkerson Sexton in conversation with Bay Area historian Dorothy Lazard, and a book signing on Tuesday, February 27th at 6:30 p.m. at the AAACC. Complimentary books will be available. For more info, see the link below. And New Doors presents a 6-month paid internship that includes supportive services, skill building workshop, and pays $19.44 an hour. The next cohort begins February 27th. Weekly training on Tuesday and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m. For more info, see the link below. SF Black History Closing Ceremony. 10th year anniversary honoring Maya Angelou and the SF Trailblazers on February 28th from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the SF City Hall Rotunda. For more info, see the link below. Legacies African American Support Group is a safe space for African American caregivers to discuss relevant topics and life challenges. They meet every Wednesday from January 24th through February 29th, 2024, from 6 to 8 p.m. via Zoom. Gift cards and certificates will be given upon completion. And the African American Arts and Culture Complex invites you to the Season of Black Art inaugural event, introducing the October 2023 through February 2024 season at the AAACC, kicking off a captivating celebration of Black creativity and culture with special guests and performers. For info and to register for free tickets, see the link below. And Wu Yi Children's Services, Black History Month. Know the past, shape the future every Friday in February from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Bayview Community Hub. This event is free and includes dance class, story, activities, and snacks for kids 0 to 5 years old. 5 Key School and Programs will host the Introduction to Google Workspace workshop series on Tuesdays, February 6th through March 5th, and Thursday, March 7th at the Southeast Community Center. Mornings and afternoons are available. For more info, see the link below. And the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, San Francisco presents the 19th annual Golden Girls Hats and Gloves Tea on March 9th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Fairmont. For more info, see the link below. Because Black is still beautiful and Stand in Peace will host the Harriet Tubman Day Brunch and Underground Shiro ceremony on Sunday, March 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Southeast Community Center. And the Society for Cultural Advancement invites you to the Rise and Thrive, a free community impact event on March 16th from 1:30 to 4 p.m. at the AAACC. This event focuses on financial empowerment, home ownership, entrepreneurship, wealth building, and investing. Refreshments will be provided. And the River of Life Church is accepting signups for River of Code Spring Session 2024 on Mondays and Wednesdays from January 29th through April 3rd at 4:30 p.m. at the River of Life Church. Learn computer skills, coding, and building and engineering. YCD, Bridging the Gap, and Bay Area Desperados present WAGA 19, the War Against Gun Activity, 19-year anniversary on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bayview Opera House. All ages are welcome to enjoy live entertainment and food. And save the date. Hip Hop TV presents the first annual Fashion and Art Gala 2024 in honor of Chantel Herndon on Saturday, April 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. All proceeds will go to Chantel's children. More details will follow. And the Neighborhood Emergency Response Team is offering full training from March 26th to May 1st from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the SF Fire Department Division of Training. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. And come out for Estate Planning 101 with Housing and Economics Right Advocates on the second Thursday of each month from February the 8th through June 13th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Booker T. Washington Community Service Center. Registration is required. For more info, see the link below. And the SOA presents City is Mine Technology and Sports Camp. Camp is scheduled for April 2nd through November the 26th from various times at various locations for ages 7 to 16. For more info, see the link below. And APRI is hiring a community initiative lab site manager. To apply, see the link below. And Kids in the City presents Hair 101 workshop on Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Chase Center. All youth ages 7 to 17 will learn about hair and what makes it unique. All supplies are provided. Registration info is in the link below. And SECC invites you to join us at the Hungry Cafe from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the co-working eatery and social space with delicious bites and local coffee at the Southeast Community Center. SF, OEWD, and the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center are offering business support services for small business entrepreneurs in Bayview and Fillmore. See the information and the link below. And the Dream Team invites you to buy, sell, trade, size swap, and consign. All sneakers here are sold below market rate. And minding our Black-owned business initiative powered by the BWOPA, TILE honors outstanding Black women entrepreneurs who embody the spirit of cooperative economics. Nominate your favorite Black woman-owned business. For more information, see the link below. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative announces the Senior Home Repair Program with an up to $50,000 forgivable loan to low to moderate income senior and or disabled homeowners residing in historically distressed and underserved neighborhoods in San Francisco. For more info, see the link below. And the SF Human Rights Commission has regular bi-monthly commission meetings on the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in the SF City Hall Room 416. You can also attend via Zoom. And Fathers to Founders host child support clinics every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 232 6th Street. Receive essential guidance on child support debt reduction, resolving driver's license holds, pursuing custody of your children, and establishing visitation rights. For clinic appointments, call the phone number below. And the Dreamkeeper Initiative announces Down Payment Assistance Program. You could receive up to $500,000 for down payment assistance or up to $30,000 for closing costs and connect with housing counselors, lenders, and realtors. For more info, see the link below. And Walters Wellness Group invites you to the Sip Paint Center every first, third, and fifth Friday, where you can unwind and set the tone for your weekend. Fueled by tea, creativity, and grounding, hosted by Dr. Kathia Walters and the Walters Wellness Group. For more info, see the link below. And join Fathers to Founders for Fatherhood Reimagined Therapy Group Sessions, held every Tuesday night from 6 to 7:30 p.m. ongoing. They've started back in October on the 24th, and they're continuing, and they are located at 232 6th Street in San Francisco. There will be food served at each session. For more info, see the link and the phone number below. And APRI is hosting youth workshops, offering job referrals, resume building, skill building, internships, professional networking, and community service hours at 1301 Evans Avenue in San Francisco. To schedule a Zoom or phone appointment, see the link and phone number below. And come out to Fillmore's Friday Night Market every Friday from 4 to 9 p.m. on O'Farrell Street between Fillmore and Steiner for live music, barbecue, soul food, frozen desserts, retail vendors, games for kids, a dominoes tournament, prizes, and entertainment. Vendor booths are available. For more information or to register, see the link below. And the new vaccination site offers the COVID-19 booster and the monkeypox antiviral pill treatment. Thursdays from 1 to 5 p.m. at 330 Ellis Street, as well as Saturdays from 12 to 4 p.m. at 1221 Mission Street. The community living room, open all day, Monday through Friday, serving breakfast from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and grab and go lunch from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at the City of Hope Cafe at 750 Ellis Street in San Francisco. And the San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment announces Smart Money Coaching, which provides free confidential one-on-one financial guidance. The program is available to anyone living, working, or receiving services in San Francisco in English or Spanish, with additional translation services as requested. For more info, see the link and phone number below. And the Bayview Collective and both sides of the conversation are calling all Bayview community members to help shape the future of our community together. The Bayview Collective is conducting a survey to tap into the heart of our district. That would be you. Your insights will directly influence the initiatives that we undertake to enhance the quality of life in our vibrant community. Take the survey at the link provided below. And be a mentor in SFUSD. Join SFUSD's school-based mentoring program, Mentoring for Success. Sign up to volunteer as an individual or group mentor district-wide. Volunteer at the link below. And both sides of the conversation is calling on conscious individuals and organizations to sponsor our third annual African American History Bowling event and award ceremony. The award ceremony will be held on February 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. and the bowling event will be hosted on February 25th, 2024 from 2 to 5 p.m. For more info or sponsorship, please see the link below. Excuse me. And both sides of the conversation needs your skill and ability to engage youth. We're looking for community members to participate in basketball and recreational activities and mentor youth on Saturdays at the San Francisco Juvenile Detention Center. Stipends will be paid, and for more info, see the link below. And would you like to promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact? Then sign up for our Hidden Gems show or share your expertise on Educational Thursdays, or you could also be a panelist on our Sunday conversations. You can also keep up with both sides of the conversation's latest shows and community outreach events. Follow us on all social media platforms, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter at bsotc.org. And both sides of the conversation welcomes individuals who are interested in giving back to their community to join us as volunteers. We value the positive impact that volunteers can make and invite you to be part of our mission to uplift and support our community. Both sides of the conversation also kindly request your invaluable support for our podcast and community engagement endeavors. We cordially invite you to explore any of our donation links, as your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. And finally, we would like to take this time to acknowledge the Dreamkeeper Initiative and its support of both sides of the conversation's programming. The Dreamkeeper Initiative amplifies the voices of and invests in San Francisco's diverse Black communities to reform public safety, address structural inequities in San Francisco. To learn more, see the link below. And there you have it.
Woo, that's a lot. Hey, y'all see people watching, they think this is easy. This is hard. Brother Mark got through him, let him wet his whistle. We're about to get ready to bring our guests up and get this show started. Real quick, just want to give a huge shout out to the Brown Bombers on their 24 years of service with our young people in the community. Shout out to Raiden Ross for all the amazing work that they are doing. Also want to give a huge shout out to Lynn Westry as she was given an award from the Board of Supervisors for her service work in our community. Victim services and all the stuff that she is doing. So just want to give a huge shout out to her. And then also community, listen up. Our next Hidden Gem show on February 20th. Make sure you guys tune in, okay? Our essay contest winner, the young people. Come support the young people. You don't have to come support me, okay? Y'all don't have to come watch me. But on the 20th, okay, the Tuesday of the Hidden Gem show, I'll make sure I put a second notice to everybody. Come support our young people. These are our essay winner contests. They'll be reading their essays in front of the community as well as here on this platform at our award ceremony. These young people put the time in to write these essays. Come support them, show them some love. So I hope on our Hidden Gem show on February 20th, you all will show up. With that being said, Brother Mark, is your whistle wet? Going to introduce our guest, and we got a special guest that's going to be joining him as well, Brother Bill. So bring these brothers up, bring them in with a little introduction. Let the community know who we got. We talking about money today. Ooh, scared money don't make no money. Y'all know scared money don't make no money. But we got the right people coming on to talk about money today as we continue our push to intentionally educate and bring information to our community about financial literacy, mental health, and all the amazing things that we continue to try to bring to our community. You can't lie anymore and say you didn't understand about a budget, saving, how to make money, how to invest. It's coming. We got some financial game for y'all all tonight, and we'll have a great conversation with Brother Bill. Some amazing things that the mayor signed off today. He'll give us that and some of the things that he's got going on. Phenomenal brothers, okay? That's all I can say. Phenomenal brothers. Brother Mark, go ahead. Read the intro of this Brother Akbar. Get him up here. Tell me what's going on with him.
All right, will do. Our distinguished guest, Mr. Salahudin Akbar, was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and raised in Los Angeles, California. With over 20 years in healthcare, he's focused on mental illness, substance abuse, incarceration, homelessness, and worked with senior ex-offenders. His studies at UC Berkeley covered medical and psychological foundations for chemical dependency. And as an instructor, Mr. Salahudin prepared students for certification in California. Married to a wonderful lady, he has shifted from healthcare to wealth care. I like that. Driven by his passion for helping people, he has held a financial professional license for the past 5 years, and he is dedicated to aiding families and in comprehending the intricacies of money management and how money works. So with no further ado, let us present to some and introduce to the rest, Mr. Salahudin Akbar.
Great, man. Great introduction. Hey, man, thank you guys for having me, man, giving me this voice, just share some information with the community. And John Henry, I've been watching you for a minute, looking for an opportunity, man, just to get in your space. And none other than Mr. Richard Bill afforded me that opportunity. And I'm sitting here with you right now. But I want to share some information, to the community about some pertinent areas that I think has been neglected for a lot of years. And Brother Mark, man, I'm telling you, brother, I was sipping on my water, right, while you was back. I said, brother, I ain't took no water yet. Man, that was you guys got a lot going on, man. And I'm just so proud, man, just to be in this space with you brothers, man. And, it's like, I appreciate and value what you have been doing, what you guys have been doing in the community. I've been seeing a lot of you guys' work. And what I'm particularly concerned about, is when people are working hard, is their money working equally as hard for them? And so all the rules, it's like this, right? If you don't know the rules, you ain't gonna know how to play the game. And so you just think about it. I know you said something about the basketball for the youth. right? And you're going to have to teach them. You got to put that ball down before you take 2 steps, right? Or you're going to turn the ball over, right? And so, if you don't understand the rule, you just get frustrated every time you violate the rules, you get fouled, right? You commit an infraction. You got to turn the ball over. And so this is what we've been doing, as we're working and working and working for our money. We keep turning the ball over, right? Because we don't know the rules. And I'm here, just share some information, giving some insight, hopefully bring some value to this space and where we are in the community when it comes to money. Because people now are talking a little bit about, I don't know if it's going to ever happen. I don't believe it will. And if it does, without the right education, we're just going to turn the ball over, right? We'll get that money right back to the people that we're asking to give us reparation, from all the hard work that our people did with no money. And so we're here now in this space, man. We want to make sure that this concept about how money works is either working for you or is working for somebody else. And I worked in substance abuse, mental illness for, a couple of decades or more. And I was putting $200 a pay period into what I thought was my retirement account, my 403B. I didn't know how the rules work. Right. And so when you think about not understanding the concept behind how money working, I was ingrained right into all of those systems that are set up. Right. They attract us in various ways. Right. But the idea about it is, just imagine this. We look for a tax return this time of year. Everybody is working. Everybody got a W-2. Look for a tax return. But when you think about it, if you really understood how money worked, we're giving the federal government thousands of dollars of our money, and he don't give us no return on. He gives us our money back. And we got to qualify to get our money back. We got to prove that we deserve our money back. He's used that money. There was a time I got almost $15,000 on my tax return, right? Do you know if I could have had that $15,000 working for me every year in the right product, that I'm going to share with you guys about the 3 rules of money, so you'll understand now how advanced I would be financially had that been my reality, but I didn't know the rules. And so the idea about it is I got some slides. I just got a couple of slides, right, that I'm going to share and have a conversation about, what's on those slides. So if you can do me a favor, Mark, and pull up that slide about client services.
Okay, we'll pull them up, and then after you pull them, we pull up the slides, get through the 2. We'll let you introduce Richard and bring him up, but I'll let you get through the 2 slides, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, no worries. All right, so listen, this is what we're talking about, right? We're talking about tax advantage. When I was just sharing with you guys just now about some of the tax advantages, with a W-2, you have very few. The tax rules were not written for working people. They were written for business owners. So just know that. And so now we're teaching families now how you can take advantage of some of the tax codes where you're not evading taxes, but you're avoiding paying taxes because you understand the rules now. And we also talking families about protecting your assets. Now you think about that, right? Because there are some products that are set in place where you can roll your money from one of those taxable events into a tax-free event. And we can share with you how you can do that as well to make sure that when you retire, your money goes into a bucket that's no longer growing. And it's just a matter of time before that bucket becomes depleted. That's why you see so many senior citizens now after retiring off a job. And if they live 10, 15 years, they're in financial trouble. And so we're trying to add some value so people understand that the 529 for college plans is not the best way to go. It has been the only option that we have been really given, but there are some other options that's on the table that we have not been privy to. And when we're talking about debt management and debt consolidation, what is that about? This whole system is designed to put working people in debt, right? And so everything, what did Albert Einstein say, right, when it comes to the 3 rules of money, right? The people that know the rule, they earn interest. The people that don't know the rule, they pay interest. And working people just simply do not know the rule of how money works. and we pay interest on credit cards, we pay interest on car loans, we pay interest on home loans, we pay interest on everything, giving our money to somebody. We call it payday, but it's really transfer day because we transfer our money to somebody else. But we're teaching families how you can set up the type of strategies, what we call it infinite banking, family banks, where now you can put your money into a type of strategy where your family now, if there was ever an emergency, you wouldn't have to go trying to figure out where you're going to get the money to pay for that emergency. Whatever it might be, if you have an investment opportunity, you don't have to go and try to qualify or exhaust whatever it is that you might have in the bank to spend. And once you spend it, it's gone. We're teaching families how you can set up the type of system where your money now is rotating and you can use it more than once, right? And so it's all under the umbrella of life insurance. And so I don't want you to frown at that term, life insurance. Life insurance is the financial foundation for wealthy people. But we've been taught life insurance another way. You know, it's somehow connected to somebody that's dying. Life insurance has evolved now where it comes with living benefits. And if you got sick or injured, just like if you had your car, you just went and bought yourself a nice car. You're not going to put liability insurance on it. You're going to get full coverage. Did you know that you can have full coverage on your money in case something happened to you? If you die too soon, your family is going to be taken care of. If you live too long, you're going to be taken care of. Why? Because you got the type of strategy that's set up in place to ensure that money is never going to be the conversation that you have to have when it comes to not having enough, right? Because your money now is working for you. Estate planning, we talk about that because as you're working and building up your legacy, right? We hope it becomes a legacy because if you don't plan it effectively, it's going to be a liability. And who's going to absorb that? Your family, your children, your wife, your husband, whoever it might be that's close to you. We're helping with this because we're talking about indexing your money where you're never going to lose. You're always going to win. You're never going to have to turn the ball over. And we're talking about small business owners being able to set up what we call executive bonus plans. And everybody needs final expense. There's a strategy you can set up where now, right, when we pass away, it's not an if when we pass away, we don't have to worry about a GoFundMe, right? So you can take this slide down, and I want to go to the one, I think it's slide number 10. Right, there we go. 3 rules of money. And the first rule is the rule of compounded interest, right? And this is the rule that Albert Einstein said it should have been considered the 8th wonder of the world. Why? Because people that know it earn interest, and people that don't know it, they pay interest. Now, when you think about where do we put our money to save? Not under the mattress. We put it in the bank. That's the institution that's been set up to convince us to believe that's where you save money. But think about it. Banks are not even savings institutions. They're loan institutions. So they take in our money and they give us less than 1%. But if we take a loan out, it depends on our FICO score, how much interest we're going to have to pay. And they got all working people playing the game of the FICO score. Keep your FICO score high. So if you want to get a loan, you get a lower interest rate. If you need anything, you get a lower interest rate. That's the craziest concept in the world. But it fits the mold because life insurance is the financial foundation for wealthy people. And these are the rules that governs it all right here. And so now, if the bank's not giving you 1%, how long is it going to take for your money to double? Imagine if they was giving you 1%. Based on this rule, 72 divided by 1, it's going to take 72 years for your money to double. Now, when you think about this rule, just put everything. Now, so you understand now how money works. And this is the primary rule right here, right? Compounded interest. You put your money in a strategy where you getting a high rate of interest on your money that compounds every so often. How often? Well, it's based on the interest rate that you're getting. Now, if you was getting a 401k or 403b, traditional retirement accounts, they give you anywhere from 3 to 5% interest. Take 18 years. 72 divided by 4 is 18. So now, every 18 years, your money double in a retirement account. You think about that. What if you was getting 6%? It only take 12 years, but still, We're teaching families how you can get 12% interest and above. And at 12%, your money doubles every 6 years. So look at the 65-year area. When somebody was getting 4%, somebody was getting 6%. And look at the 12% where somebody obviously knew the rule and they get $640,000 with the same amount of money starting off at the same age. What happened? Somebody knew and somebody didn't know. And the second rule is how your money grows. We got fixed, variable, and index. We're teaching families about index strategy that's been kept from working people. Why? Because they got all our money in a variable system. Why they got our money in a variable system? Because somebody is managing our accounts and they're earning money on our money. In a fixed account, when you realize in that variable account it wasn't working so well and you've been losing money and you panic, you say, well, let me put my money somewhere that's safe. And they give you a fixed account that's going to give you somewhere around 2 to 3% interest, not even outpacing inflation. So the value of your dollar over time is depreciating. And what we're teaching families is that you can put your money in an index strategy where it goes up with the stock market, but if the stock market goes down, your money locks and you never lose. And you know what this guy Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, said? He said, what he said? Rule number one when it comes to money, never lose money. What he's talking about? He's talking about this index strategy. He's talking about these concepts that governs money that they never want working people to know about. Why? Because working people supply funds to these institutions that turn right back around and get us in debt. You know, that's the best way to control somebody is get them in debt. And working people are working 2 jobs now. And let me tell you, this is how you know you're in financial trouble. If you think you go to work to pay your bills, you're in trouble financially. If that's your concept when it comes to money, you're in trouble. It's just a matter of time before the crisis show up in your life. And then the last rule is how your money gets taxed. Now, you guys may have known about this before, right? Because you know taxes can send you to the big house or it can send you to the poorhouse if you don't know the rules. And so we struggle with this, but we're teaching families about how taxes work. And I'm not a tax lawyer, so you can consult with an attorney or tax or your CPA, but I can give you some basic information about these rules of taxes. And we know when you put your money in the bank, if you grow any interest, you're not going to grow much. But if you grow any interest, they're going to tax you again. Think about that. Now, this is the thing that baffles me. And I was locked right into this concept because it's all I knew. And you can't do no more than what you know. This is all I knew. And they told me about a tax deferral. When I got my job, I was excited, right? I had to be interviewed with a bunch of other people. I was the one that got the job. I thought I had done something terrific, right? And they gave me this tax. They gave me these benefits, right? And they told me all the whistles, all the bells. They didn't tell me that other part about the nitty gritty. They told me, listen, we're going to put you inside of a tax deferred account. You don't have to worry about paying taxes. That's all I heard. Not then. I had to worry about paying taxes when I left that job. I had to worry about paying taxes when I accessed that money. I had to worry about paying taxes when I retired. And this is why so many senior citizens are getting into trouble right now, because they didn't know the rule. And now they're retiring and realize now that 40 to 50% of their money got to go back. And think about it. If you were struggling and you had an income of $80,000 and you were just managing then, just a little above paycheck to paycheck, and now it's time for you to not work no more, because people think retirement is an age. And I'm going to tell you why that concept came into play. But retirement is not an age. Retirement is a financial independence number. And some people are retiring thinking that there was an age because you got access to your money now without having to be subjected to all the rules that are set up where you can't access your money for a certain period of time until you get 59 and a half without penalties. You can't access that money. It's supposed to be yours, but you can't access it. We're teaching families about a tax advantage, putting your money inside of a strategy now where it grows at a high rate of interest. In an index strategy, when it grows at a high rate of interest, guaranteed never to lose. And then when you go to access your money is now distributed tax-free. How about that? I just want to give you guys a glimpse into how money works. There's a lot more information, but I know this is foreign. This is unfamiliar to a lot of us. Some of us may be familiar with it already. I know I wasn't, and I've already worked on jobs for 43 plus years, right? I'll be 70 in a short period of time, but the reality is when I got ready to retire, I didn't know the rules, and then I found out I had less than $100,000 in my retirement account. I thought they had made a mistake on the numbers. How could this be possible, right? You told me that I was a dedicated employee. You told me that you appreciate the value that I brought to the company that you had me working at. You told me, and I said, okay, I'm going to trust you with making sure that my life is secure in the future. Greatest mistake I made in my life is putting my future in the hands of somebody that really wasn't that concerned about me. They was concerned about the job that I worked. That was it. And so, I was heartbroken. I had to tell my wife some of the things that I had found out, that the life that I had promised her somehow has been interrupted because I didn't know how to plan it correctly. Now, you just think about that. Hey, I was 64 years old when I got the information that I'm sharing with you all right now. There's some other parts to this because I run my own agency now. I resigned from that job that I worked for, that I was faithful to for all those years. I resigned, right? And that's why I say I transferred from healthcare to wealth care, because I felt like I'm 64 after two plus decades, and this is where I'm at. If I gave another 10 years, where would I be? Well, I took a chance. I stepped out on faith. And me and my wife, we worked together from home. And my life now is the life that I've always tried to get when I was working on a job, from paycheck to paycheck. So listen, Mr. John Henry and Brother Mark, man, I am so honored to have been here, and you allowed me this space, man, just to share some information. We can expound on it at a later time. I hope I haven't said something for you to say he ain't never coming back. We don't want him back.
Right. We got something to say, but we got to bring up the brother Richard Bill, man. Go on ahead.
Hey, come on, that's my colleague, man. Bring him up. You want me to bring him up? You gonna
go ahead. He up there.
I can bring him up because I've been knowing this brother for a number of years, right? He has been my rock, right? And listen, let me tell you something about Richard Bill, right? He's an honorable individual that always going to be caught somewhere helping somebody, right? And if I can tell you all about the accolades when it comes to Richard Bill, we would be here for tomorrow. But I'm gonna say this: he's a dear friend to me, and me and him are in business together. And I am proud and I'm honored to be a part of his life. And I want to introduce. This is what he said: I want to introduce to some and present to others the mighty Richard Bill.
Thank you, Akbar. Thank you, man. You did a wonderful presentation, man. Hey, John Henry, it's always an honor, man, to be on your platform. Mark Scott, man, you did a wonderful job, man.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back.
Thank you, man. And Akbar, man, you have enhanced my life as well, man. 30 years of friendship. You introduced me to this financial institution that I'm a part of now. I'm also a licensed professional with the California Department of Insurance, life and health insurance agent with the state of California. And, and I learned a lot over the last 5 years as well. Everything that Akbar said, I had that same experience. I had practically I think it was like $30,000 because I worked for years for an organization and they didn't even have a retirement plan. I started working in San Francisco, matter of fact, in 1996 for $3.35 an hour for St. Vincent de Paul, and that was a big thing right there because I had went for years without even having a job, and then when they told me I could have a 401k and a 403b and I can put my money in there, and when I get ready to retire, I'm gonna have this money and everything is going to be all good, and I thought it was good, and I got 40 years old, 50 years old. I've been working consistently in San Francisco, y'all, for the last 28 years. I have not been without a job. And most of the time it's been 2 jobs, working in healthcare. And I still work in healthcare. I have not stopped working. I ain't like Akbar. I haven't had the luxury of being able to transition completely to wealth care, but I have the opportunity to work in both. And I also have the opportunity to work with a lot of clients in healthcare that need to have that financial education, especially people of color. And so I work right now for Tenderloin Housing Clinic. I work with a lot of people coming out of incarceration. I work with people that are struggling with substance abuse and mental health disorders still. I've been doing that for the last over 25 years. And now I can give them that same type of education on another level when it comes to financial literacy, because of the information that I received from my brothers like Leland Rubin and Salahudin Akbar. We want to get Leland in here too. Leland is really been a mentor to both me and Akbar. And we all used to work together in healthcare. Matter of fact, I believe at one time Akbar used to supervise Leland. And we was working with people coming out of the criminal justice system. Now Leland is making $1 million a year, in the financial industry, as a executive and chairman of his own financial firm. And so these things are just like amazing. When I understood that all the times that I was going to work and everything, that I'm working 40 hours, and they say 40 hours for 40 years, and then they take 40%. I said, oh no. I didn't realize that I had a partner who was named the IRS that was just robbing me. And so today, I got a better understanding on how money works. And so we talked about inflation. I learned that, even the 401k and the 403b don't keep up with inflation, because everything go up. 2 to 3%. And so matter of fact, if you got your money just sitting in the bank, you losing money because it's not keeping up with inflation. So please, 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 they got some books out there that verify everything that we said. And they introduced me to some of these books. One is Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance. I think, Akbar, you could probably show it to them on the screen. You probably got one in your office right there, Akbar. Just flash it up there. You got one? Yeah, I know he keep it around. That's it right there. You can order it on Amazon. Look at that. Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance. That book right there gave me a whole different outlook on what money looks like. When I learned that J.C. Penney and all of these other organizations, they would not have been able to sustain themselves when they had the stock crashes, all those things, if it was not for them investing in life insurance. Because if not, when those stock market crash, when all those businesses crash, guess what? They would have lost all their money. But because they had that investment in life insurance, they was able to sustain. And so that's the same thing that happened in 2008. When your money is gone on the stock market, your money is gone. Your money is gone. That's why it's important to invest your money in those products that are going to lock in so you won't lose your principal. As long as you don't lose your principal, you got a foundation where you can build your money back up again. A lot of people don't understand that. So please connect with people like Akbar. I'm available as well. I'm licensed life insurance agent with the state of California. Get literate when it comes to your money. I got 3 things when it comes to money. But when it comes to protection, protect your life, protect your health, and protect your money. And I'm gonna tell you, he brought up Warren Buffett. He said the first rule when he said Warren Buffett had 2 rules when it came to money. He said the first one. He said the first one was don't lose money. Rule number 1, and rule number 2 is never forget rule number 1. Never forget rule number 1. Don't lose money. Period. Don't lose money. So you don't have to continue to pay those 25% interest rates on those credit cards. They taking that same money that you borrowed and they're using it against you. So, thank you, Akbar, for coming on. I'm glad I was able to connect you to John Henry and Mark, man. Thank y'all, man, for just hosting us, man. We really appreciate all the work that you're doing in the community, man. And you already know, John, I appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate you too, man. And just
I said, though, John mentioned today too that John mentioned too that I said I'm still working with people. I'm still working in Yeah, man. So we opened up today. The mayor had a press release at 935 Curtis Street, the North Beach Hotel, and it's the first city funded by the Departments of Homelessness and Supportive Housing, the first clean and sober, permanent supported housing program. It's going to be permanent housing. People that move in there are going to be prioritized from residential substance abuse treatment, transitional housing, and those who are already in HSH housing, they can request a transition to clean and sober housing. And so that's how we're going to up-ramp the program. You know, and so I'm just excited about it. It's been a bridge that I've been trying to build for the last 10 years because people who complete treatment, people who complete transitional housing, that anxiety come up when I say, hey, man, you only got 60 days left. You know, I can house you for a year. I might be able to extend you for 2 years. But what after that? What happens after that? Where they going to go after that? Because there was no bridge. There was no guarantee that I can get you into a stable, clean, and sober housing environment. So they was going back to the TL where their neighbor is smoking, the other neighbor over here is using too, one person drinking, they selling dope outside, all of that. No, we want to move you into a clean and sober, safe environment. And so, man, I'm just glad that, you know, the project is getting ready to start, man, in April, man. Hopefully everything will open up, man, and we'll be able to transition some people into the North Beach Hotel, man. It's 150 units. I'm real excited, man. So, you know, if you got anybody, John Henry, let them know, man. You know, they don't have to go to the TL, man, where everybody's smoking and overdosing, man.
Man, I gotta give you a round of applause. I gotta give you a round of applause because I know you've been working on this for a long time. I seen you out there today with Mayor Breed at the press conference. I'm excited for folks in San Francisco that are doing the right thing, going through the recovery and getting the opportunity to be in a safe space. To continue to grow, man. So I'm proud. That's amazing. And thank you. Richard has been a pioneer, a trailblazer when it comes to substance abuse advocacy, making sure folks who have, going through substance abuse have opportunity, resources, always bringing that information, uplifting the folks in the community. So thank you, brother, for your service. Brother Akbar, you know, he said he almost 70. I said, boy, black don't crack, boy. I was going to give you like 42, brother. But you know, it's time to drop the bomb up in this place. We got to get started. We got to talk about this money, okay? We got to talk about this money. I get excited when we talk about this stuff. And Richard know when I first started this organization how crazy I went in about financial literacy. And I'm happy all of these brothers who've been doing the work in financial literacy is continue to uplift. You know, so many things that I got my hands in. I can't just do everything. And I appreciate you all doing is bringing financial literacy to our community. We know that it is the biggest disparity when you talk about Black folks, okay? When you talk about our money, we don't even want to talk about money, okay? It's like taboo. And you got money, oh no, you know. So I'm happy that you all are doing this because, you know, in our community as we continue to thrive and innovate, young people, okay? And I'm glad you all are here tonight because young people need to hear this. Young entrepreneurs need to hear this. Barbers, okay, beauticians, nail salons, all these small businesses need to understand the importance of vesting early. And I'm glad you all here tonight because the community can now can't lie and say, oh, I didn't know about this. You know, you get this information now. You got to open up the books. And I'm glad you talked about all of the things you talked about because we got a problem in our community. Folks die, things happen. Everybody's looking for a GoFundMe. No, we got to get insurance at the top of the list of things that we need to do to start even thinking about the financial. We know in this country, if you have insurance, that wealth gap expands and turns over for generations after generations. Okay. And we got to have it. It's something that we have to advocate for. I'm glad you guys talked about some of the policy stuff. I'm in these meetings. I'm talking to people saying, hey, why is it mandatory if I drive a $80,000, $100,000 car that I have to have this type of insurance protection? But when it comes to my life, I don't have to. So we got to get policies that say, hey, you know what? You have to have this. Because the money that goes to victim services when people die, don't have children to pay for these services, it impacts our state budget tremendously. And we got to make this a priority. But then we got an insurance problem too in this state and across this country as the insurance industries are leaving out of California. You know, they've been robbing our communities for a long time. And I'm glad you guys are bringing this stuff up because it's a full circle conversation. Right, that we got to really have when we talk about insurance industry, the influence that they have on lawmakers and policies, because for years our community have been robbed and taken advantage of by these industry insurance policies and the way they do policies towards Black community. And again, it was all systematic. When you talk about the generational wealth building, when you talk about the things that uplift the advancement of financial wealth in a family, in a community. So when you set these policies up, and they are just like how they did houses, the policies are redlined, right? You set up these things where if you're in prison or you're on probation or parole, you can't get insurance. I mean, these are some of the things that we got to look at and deal with, and really have a conversation, because we got folks out here who get out, change their life, but because they own paperwork, they can't get insurance, right? We got these health disparities. Why is the insurance and the wealthy getting advancement so far? Well, when you look at the medical, I like how you said health to wealth. To build the wealth, you got to have health. If you got high blood pressure, if you got diabetes, if you got any of those things, you can't get a policy. So we got to talk about this stuff, right? Because it's easy to come, here and say, hey, we got to do this. And that's why I'm glad how you broke it down. But we got to let the community know it's not that easy. See, because people come and say, oh, John, you can do this or you can do that. Wait a second. Well, you can do it because you don't have the same loopholes and you don't have the same issues that my community deals with. Okay, because I got people that are re-entering in the community. They can't get life insurance because of their paperwork, their circumstances. I got people, we are the highest community that deal with the most health issues in our community. When you talk about heart disease, when you talk about cancer, when you talk about breast cancer, when you talk about, all of these things, I can't get a policy, right? And then we got the sharks, the real predators, sitting behind these financial institutions and investments. And they don't teach the community the things that you're talking about. You go into Fidelity, you go into one of these Charles Schwab's. They're not talking to you about index funded account. They want to sell you a mutual fund. They want to sell you an umbrella policy with all of the maintenance and service. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta have that conversation. Because they're not going to tell you where you should be. They're going to say, hey, no, we got a mutual fund over here. You should get in there and go. They're going to give you all of the names. You're like, oh, it's Apple, it's all these people. But you ain't looking at the service fee. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes these folks take their investment, and then at the end of it, they got no money. Where did my money go? I made $1 million, $500 in account maintenance fees. They don't talk about that. Oh, but if you had an index fund, it's a little different. But this is what I'm saying. We have to have you all who are here tonight telling the truth to the community. Why is it Warren Buffett and all the millionaires have all this money in index fund accounts? But to the American people, to the people in the community, oh, we're going to sell you a CD. We're going to sell you a money market account. We're going to sell you a mutual fund. We're going to sell you something, a 401k. What? Like, this is the stuff that's being sold to us. This is why it's important that you all are here to break this down and have a real understanding, because you're right. Our elders are suffering. If I go to another Walmart and I ask an elder, why are you here? You're 70 years old. You say, why are you still here? Oh, because you know what? When I was working, I just was working for a company that said I got a retirement. I didn't know I had to invest my own money with their money to get a better retirement. See, this is the information that sometimes is withheld. Right? And then how do we as community, how do we as both sides of the conversation, how do we as Richard Bill, Akbar, hold these or corporation HRs accountable? Because you know where it starts at, HR.
But you know what?
They're not in the business of helping the employee. They there to help the business of the institution. So when you call your HR person, they're not even going to tell you, hey, man, get in the index fund. Oh, no, you can do this. You get what I'm saying? They don't even explain this stuff, right? So, again, this is why it's important that you are here to educate the community. All of my working people that works for a corporation, work for a nonprofit, work for a vendor, work for somebody. Go into your HR people. Call them up this week. Call them next week. Hey, I want to sit down. I need to go over my stuff. Understand where your money is. Where is it going? And then have the education and knowledge to understand what these accounts mean. Because, again, we're in California and taxes are only going to keep going up. So it's great to have a 401, a 403, 457, all these deferred accounts. But you got to understand, you're putting that money in tax-free now, but down on the back end as taxes increase. You go pay more money. We're not educating our community about Roth IRAs, paying the taxes up front now so you can pull that money out later without having to get hit with the tax penalty. That's the kind of education that we need to our community. If you ain't talking about that, then you're not helping my community. So I'm glad y'all here to get them. I always try to teach them. I made some mistakes. I had to learn. I said, whoa, what's going on? Because we think different. hey, that's black folks already a struggle to save money. We're economically impoverished. We have children, single families. It's hard to save. But we got to educate our community. You got to make sure 15% of your growth is going to your retirement. Make sure it's going into a Roth. Pay the taxes up front, community. Oh, I don't want to pay the money now. They said I don't have to pay later. You'll pay double later. But we got to be smart about this stuff, because if you pay it now, you don't have to pay the tax penalty later. You can remove it early without having to pay those bills. That's the stuff that the rich folks get that we don't get. We don't understand. Now, as the market changes, there's a lot of things. I don't like to sell these high, people out here 12, 15%. Listen, look at about 8% flat across the board. That's what you want to look at. It's more than the savings accounts, more than the CD, but we got to be smart with our money. But we got to teach our people. So I'm happy you're here. We can't invest in Gucci and Prada, red bottoms and Herman bags. No return on that, okay? Get you a UDL. Get you an insurance policy. Get you something to leave to your children. Legacy building. We got to teach our people estate planning. So I'm glad you're here. You covered it all, brother. But go ahead. You got something to say? Go ahead, brother.
You start them off with a baby. You start them off with a baby. Hey, John Henry, I know Akbar want to say something, man, but you got me excited again, man. You know a lot. You could be an agent. You could probably pass the test, man. You got a lot of information, man. But you're giving people a lot of information. You said half the things that we already know but didn't say. So I'm glad that you got this platform, man, because everything that you said is exactly right. Those Roth IRA, great product. The good thing is we work with like 85 different products, man. We work with people, man, and we let them know, man, don't put your money here. That's not a good investment. And you're right when you say about a lot of people get denied because they wait. They wait too long until they develop those health issues. Start now. Get you some insurance now, because you never know when you're gonna go to the doctor's office and all of a sudden they're gonna say you diagnosed with diabetes or high blood pressure or something else. So you got your children. Get your children insured, and that's the hard thing, is that people don't understand. The younger you are, the easier it is for you to get insurance. It's going to be a small premium. That's the time that you need to do it. If you are older right now, the best thing you possibly can do, if you got those illnesses, is become a co-owner on the insurance policy with your grandson or your granddaughter. You can do that. You can if you know the person that you're going to leave your investment to in a trust or whatever, you can have them as a co-owner. You can be a co-owner, so you can oversee the policy, so they won't just mess up the money. You know what I mean? And then you can be a co-owner of the policy. You can have them insured in your house in their name and all of that stuff, and then y'all could work together as a family. But trying to get somebody insured, the $1 Million Baby is one of the best products going. Get them insured as young as possible.
Yeah, we definitely want to do it as young as possible. Worst case scenario, we got to give folks in our community term policies. I always tell people you get a $2 million policy for $99 a month. Okay, because the whole hope is if they're coming here listening to Brother Akbar, they listen to you, we're hoping that you're doing the right things with your money, right? So some people say, well, in 30 years, what happened? Well, if you listen to the financial coaches and you're saving and you're investing right, even if that policy turned out, you should be doing the right financial decision investments to where if you lose the policy, you good, because you're going to invest. So get the term policy. And I'm glad you came on here and you didn't jump into whole life and all that. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes these people come on here. I've had all kind of financial literacy people come on here and I get mad. I got to blow up the spot on them. I be like, hey, don't be coming here and selling my people whole life policies, okay? Because 90% or 85% of the black community, I think I got to look at the numbers, okay? Most of those policies elapse after 5 years because of the premiums.
Yeah,
okay, so we gotta sell people the right stuff. I tell them, don't come on my platform playing with my people. I'm very smart. I just look like them. I'm very smart. I started at 26 years. Okay, I paid $4,000 to go to a financial literacy class. I had to pay for this. I came back and gave it to my community for free. I know all the ins and outs. I tell these people, don't come on here and play with my people. And all these people, when I first came out, John Henry, get a whole life. Why would I want to get a whole life policy? This lady's a single woman. She's already struggling. You're going to sell her the policy in 5 years. She's not even going to be able to afford the premium.
But you know what's good? You know what's good about the term policy now is that they have upgraded to living benefits. That means if you got sick or injured, that $2 million policy you're talking about, if you got sick or injured in those 30-year period, you got access to the $2 million. Yeah. So it's not just a death plan, it's a living plan. And so that's the benefit of the information we bring into the community, is that life insurance is not for people to die. It's for people to live, right? It covers people to die. But the idea about it is when you learn and you start shifting your concept about how money works and who it should be working for. If I'm working 2 jobs, I shouldn't be transferring my paycheck to somebody else to use my money, right? I got enough to pay. I was paying $1,100 a month on credit cards, and it was only going to the interest. I didn't know the rules, and I thought because I had 3, I had a MasterCard, $35,000 limit, a Wells Fargo $25,000 limit, and a United Credit Union for $15,000. If I needed something, I felt like, oh man, should I put it on my credit card? And I was paying in those credit cards, man, and not understanding what was going on. All of that money, along with the $15,000 that I was waiting on the federal government to give me back in a tax return, that's $100 a month that I could have been using in the type of plan where my money would have been growing and working for me. I could have had my children lined up where that money would have been growing and working for them. I could have been creating generational wealth. Instead, I was transferring to other folks that were creating generational wealth. And so what we're here to do right now, right, is not to do anything other than just lift the awareness just a little bit, so people can start thinking a little bit differently about what they're doing with their money. Because I know this, all of this hoopla that's going around about reparation, man. If you didn't educate the community that's going to receive that money on how money work, right? We got a spending problem. They say African Americans don't have no money, but they got all sorts of businesses in the African American community. They got a liquor store on every other corner, right? They got every institution that you can name that's there to retrieve some money from a community that you say ain't got no money. They got plenty of money. They just got a spending habit, and they spending their money in the wrong places with the wrong people. And that's the deal. And if you can start showing African Americans, Black people, our community, what you refer to the Black and the brown community, how to direct those funds in places that's going to support their family, man, we'll be okay, man. In a generation.
I gotta blow up the spot on this one, because I'm gonna tell you, I like that you brought this up. I'm gonna blow it up again, because I'm gonna tell you like this. Listen, I agree with you. When it comes to reparation, I don't even want to go there, because I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I tell people, you're right. We got to be financially aware. We got to educate people about it, but we also got to talk about the policy work that needs to happen. See, a lot of these people that do this work, they always talk about the things and why it is, but we got to talk about the policy and how it's set up that keeps us in those divine moments. When we talk about reparations, I'm gonna tell you, I'm real sincere and passionate about this, and I get it. Yes, I would like to see all my people learn this stuff so we can hold on to our money for sustainability. But what's been done to our people, I always tell these people, I have white folks, I get other folks, John Harry, we give Black folks money, gonna be buying rims and cars and drugs. I said, listen, I don't give a damn what Black folks do with their money. Okay, I don't care if they go out. I'm serious, because we got to stop policing our people about our money.
Yeah.
What our ancestors went through, what this country has done to Black folks, I don't give a damn what they do with their money. But yes, I agree with you. We need to educate folks and all that. But when it comes to reparations, give the people their damn money.
Right.
I don't care what they do with it.
I should be getting some too, right?
Right. If they go spend, it's gonna go back to the economy. It doesn't matter. I don't like to police people money, but I agree with you. We got to do a better job of educating folks with this literacy about money, how to save, how to invest. But again, we got to create the equity for folks and get them the opportunity. Because I always tell people, they talk all of this stuff about Black folks don't know how to handle money, and I say, well, what about Black Wall Street? What about Rosewood? You need to, every time Black folks had money, it did something great. Y'all burned it down, y'all tore it down, y'all created policies to take them. So what are you so afraid? I'm just saying. Right, I don't believe in all of that. I think that we do have some problems. We have some areas that we got to fix, but we have to be honest. Black folks have done really well, and this is why I say, how do we bring our people back? This is why it's important. You and Richard here. How do we bring Black educators, Black faces, Black understanding back to our community? Because it's something about when Black folks educate Black folks, we do great. I don't know when we get in this mixed environment of how things should be. Somehow we just don't get enough. But whenever it's black love on black love, when you get a black teacher with a black student, a black mentor with a black, they do so much better. But it's something about when we get around these other folks, our brain don't work. We can't. I think it's the trauma. I think it's something that we worry. I don't know. That's just my theory. But I gotta say this, and I'm glad that you brought up about the use of some of these policies, because some of these people, they come here, I tell them, they don't come here. It's these catchy phrases that get black folks. And I'm glad you didn't push that agenda. Like, sometimes, oh, if you get this insurance policy, you can use it to go pay for your kids' college and housing. I hear it all the time. I say, listen, man, don't sell my people this stuff. Don't come at them like that, because we get in our mind and black folks start doing stuff. Oh, I could go use this for college. No, that's not. We want them to get a 529 account. Community. You got children. You're thinking about having a baby. Get a 529 account. Start saving for your kids' college right now. See, black folks, we got to start being intentional. A lot of it is just being intentional, but it does come with the missing and lack of information. Tonight, you got two powerful brothers that just brought you what you need to do. Get a 529 account. I don't care how old your kids, if they're in 5th grade right now, 6th grade, go open up a 529 account and give these young people opportunity. Let me tell you, the 529 accounts, they open up now. You can use it for beauty school. You can use it for arts. You can use it to be a barber, trade school. You can use it for housing in one of those programs. It's not just for college anymore. So there is some widening gaps that's going to open. But you know what's wrong with our people? I want a scholarship. I don't want to do this because it's going to mess with my income. We got to fix that, black folks. We got to be intentional. We got to be preventive. Go ahead, brother.
You know what was driving that decision? When we started presenting this alternative to the 529. So they are broadening that to attract that fund there, right? But the idea about it is, right, when it was just limited to what they was offering, they had a lot of restrictions around it. So now they expanded, they opened it up. You know why? Because of conversation, right? These kind of conversations that you got going on, right? And bringing this other kind of literacy to the marketplace, man. And now people are realizing, in order to keep that business, in order to keep that flow of cash coming in, they got to do some expanding around because that was the crux of it all. You know, at 529, you got to use it specifically for this, right? And so now they're saying, because there's been some alternatives that has been presented, it's like, well, we're going to lose it if we don't do something right about it. And so that's why they did that. It ain't purely because they had a good nature, right? It's all about how they going to keep that money.
No, exactly. And that's why it's important for us to advocate. That's why I'm a dismantler. See, I go and these people, they come talk, they think everybody black, don't not be like, no, we don't want this. We want an opportunity for our young people. We want an opportunity for our community to thrive. San Francisco is doing a phenomenal.
Hey, John, I want to say something.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, John, I want to say something, man. Is that, you know, one thing I want to say for sure that I want people to know is that if you leave a job, they got what they call proof of insurability when it comes to your group insurance and the health insurance that you have. And so you got 30 days that you can transition from that group insurance policy to a personal insurance policy without proof of insurability. No medical, you don't have to come with no medical exam or anything else. You got 30 days. After that 30 days, then you got to come with all the proof, the blood test, all that other stuff. But if you leave a job, transfer over that insurance. Transfer over. You got 30 days. Utilize that 30 days. Listen to people like John Henry when people come on here and they're giving out information, because I wouldn't have my house where I'm at living at right now if somebody would have called me and said, hey, Richard, check this out, man. You can pull money out of your retirement, pull money out of some of your accounts because of COVID. They can't penalize you. They called me up and I pulled money out of my retirement account because during COVID, you could pull money out without getting penalized. I was able to take money out with no penalty, no problems, put money down on the house that I'm living in right now because somebody called me that black looked like me and said, Richard, it's an opportunity for you. You know what I'm saying? Always be aware. Always be willing to listen and learn. That's the problem when people be thinking, oh, man, he don't know what he's talking about. Oh, man, he don't know this. Richard know. He know recovery. What Richard know about? They know me for years of working in the hair care field. All of a sudden, you learn about money. Well, guess what? They call me Richard Dollar Bill. I had to open my ears when people was giving me information when it comes to learning about money. People like Akbar and Leland and all, they gave me some information and it changed my life. And the proof is in the pudding.
Those are the fools. Those are the fools. I always tell people,
Go ahead, John.
Baby, how to walk, and you can learn anything. Okay, anything in this world could be learned if you have the time, the open mind, and you're willing to do the work and the research. You can learn anything. I can do anything. I tell anybody, whatever you can do, I can do. You give me the books, you give me the time, and give me a little bit to see how it's done. I bet you I can do it. But I got to give you this, Richard, because I think that's important, and I'm happy that they did, make those accommodations for folks. But also, and that's great that you were able to hold that. A lot of people did lose a lot of wealth too, because as you get up in age and you building that retirement portfolio, and you pull that money out, you don't have to pay the penalty you put in your house to keep your house, but you lose that capital, how the money turns over. You get what I'm saying? So now we're starting to see folks are working longer. Instead of leaving at 64, they leaving at 74. Like it's some pluses and minuses to it, but it was beneficial because you holding on to your house. That's a legacy. That's your biggest asset. So that's a great thing. But again, it did set some of our folks back. I'm seeing some of the repack of some of that stuff. And it's like, it's not so hot for some people, but a lot of folks, it was a blessing. But I agree with you. We gotta educate younger, faster. But again, it's about the policies and how we set up these policies to impact community, and we have to widen it. And again, it comes back to we in this community of show me. You got to show me love, and this is why I tell Black folks we got to celebrate the young people who go to trade school, who's our entrepreneurs, who's doing barbering. But we got to create opportunities so that they get into these systems where they can set up their retirement. Most barbers, they don't have life insurance. They most. Okay, they are behind because we don't have a system in place. And I'm hoping that what you all are doing to bring this financial literacy to them, these type of plans, and we can help these entrepreneurs, okay, that makes a lot of money. Some of these barbers and hair salon folks, they make 150,000, right? Sometimes more than that. They dealing with cash, but we got to teach this and make sure that the right institutions are in place so that we can have sustainability. That's why I'm always going after these CPAs and these accountants and saying, hey, won't y'all create something for small business owners so that they can create the things that they need to have payroll, so that they can get houses and have a way to really describe and really put out there what they're bringing in to have the same advantages of a person that's working in one of these corporations. Again, it takes all of us. And it's a lot of work, but we got to be committed and we got to be convinced. And I don't know what I have to say to our people. You get it, Richard. I know they just don't believe what we said. And it's like, we don't have enough. And this is why I appreciate rappers like Waka Flocka talking about this financial literacy stuff. We got to get it into our music. We got to get it into the things that young people are thriving in and teaching them the importance of saving. We have this concept in this community that we're rich by looking good, spending. We have to change that narrative about saving, investing, and it's a cultural change that needs to happen so that our young people can flourish in the community. And it goes back to the investment of our cities or our counties. I was saying earlier, San Francisco's doing a great job of making sure every kid that's in elementary to go to school in San Francisco, that they get a college fund account. And they putting $25 in there, whatever it is, a small amount. They should be investing more. If we really care about the future of the kids and we understand where things is going, we should be investing more. We put $90,000 plus a year in the inmates. If we took some of that money, invested it into our schools, I mean, I see some of the policy changes to make sure that financial literacy, handwriting, certain things is getting put back in there because we're losing this. And it's going to take a whole village of people to convince our community that this has got to be the way we have to go. We have to make insurance like our cell phone bills. I used to do this stuff. I got tired because I used to argue with people. They go, John, I want you to help me get out of debt. I said, okay, I help you, bring your stuff. I go on these people's accounts. I look at all this money. I go, man, you got $500 in subscriptions going out every month. Half this stuff you ain't even using. So this is what I'm talking about, policy, because these sharks out here. See, we got to go to the Attorney General. We got to put it in place that these people cannot do this. I'm going to tell you what they do. They get you locked into these subscriptions. Then you can't even cancel. They got your credit card information. They charge you every month. You click cancel. You didn't do the right part of the cancellation. They still taking money out your account. Most people, they're not looking at their accounts daily like a bank does. And this is why it's important that you and Akbar are here to really tell people. I tell people, don't tell me nothing about your money if you ain't got a budget and know where your money going. That's number one. The next thing is you got to have an emergency fund, because 90% of the debt and why we can't get ahead is because soon the emergency happens, we're charging it on the card. Bam,
Start over again.
They got us.
Start over again.
You can't get ahead. So we got to plan. We got to sit in the house. And this is what I say. In the realm of dating, meeting people, financial literacy, financial conversations have to be the top priority. Because if two people's working out of debt, you got to change your lifestyle. Maybe we can't go out and spend $300 a night to eat. Maybe we got to sit in the house. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. This is what it is, right? But again, I learned a lot of this stuff young. And this is why I'm happy that you all are here, because I was 26 years old and I was so mad. Once I figured out what the heck was going on, I paid this money because I said, I got to make this money make sense. I started working at 17 years old. I said, I missed all of this time. I could have been filthy rich. Okay, if I would have been investing the way I was supposed to be invested. But at 26, I made the right decision. I made sure that I maxed out all my accounts. I made sure I had all these extra accounts. I made sure that I had my insurance. I did the right thing later, but I said, look how much time I lost. From 17 to now, man, if I had this information, bam, I'd have been filthy rich. I'm doing good though. But like, yeah, brother,
you're doing good, brother, in a lot of ways that is certainly appreciated by the community. So I've been watching before I had this introduction, right? I want to be a part of both sides of the conversation, right? And what I'm looking forward to now, since I'm here, whether or not you're gonna send me one of them hats.
Brother, I got you. Come to my bowling event. I'm giving them out, but I'll get you one. I'll get you one, brother. It's not a problem. Make sure you get some gear. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And it's definitely important. And before I lose this thought, because it came to my head, and I know you guys can speak to it, you and Richard Moore, especially for our entrepreneurs. Set up those SEP accounts. You could put up to $50,000 plus a year into those accounts. You work, you only can put 20,000 in there, right? So if you behind, and this is what I always tell people that's getting up in age, maybe didn't make the right financial decision. If you're 45 years old, maybe you haven't put a lot of money into your retirement. All right, start you a business. Okay, create you a business, get you an SEP, independent contractor account. As an independent contractor, you can put about 50, 60,000. And if you're working part-time, you running your business, you can move a lot of that money over there and build up your flow to help you out when you retire. So it's little tricks of the trade. You got to know this stuff. I'm telling you, I spent a lot of money to learn this stuff. I was like, what the heck? And then I started testing. I would go to these financial institutions. They come here, hey, man, you want to get an index account? You want to get a CD, a mutual fund? I said, no, I want an index account. They're like, huh? Oh, I got to talk to my sales manager. Wait. It's on there. They was like, index, what you know about index? So they started looking at you. The conversation changed. Oh, okay. He know what he talking about. Hey, man, I don't want none of that stuff. I want an index funded account. Okay. Yeah. I want the long stability over time. But this is the stuff that they don't teach us. And I'm glad you talked about the retirement again. It is so many elders that I'm running into that just did not know. They just thought I worked for a good job. I worked for the state. I worked for the city. They told me I had a retirement. My employer's putting this money. I didn't know I had to add to it. So tonight, if you get nothing else, make sure you taking money out of your gross and you putting into your retirement to match with your employer. And if you got an employer that match, you better really double down and put some of that money up.
I got a friend that worked for the sheriff department for 32 years, right? And what that concept you just laid out is what he believed. He thought retirement was an age, and he retired 4 years later. He doing demolition work, and I said to him, I said, man, why are you doing this hard work, man? Right? And so he said, man, money got tight. Right? You just think about that. 32 years, money got tight. He's doing demolition, and so the reality is, people don't know what they don't know. But what we're doing, we're going downstream, man. We're going down there, and find out what's going on, right? So we can put, some systems in place to make sure that those who want to do something different have the opportunity to do something different. Because I didn't know, I didn't know when I was 26, but I know what can happen if a 26-year-old was to make sure they had their money in a place where they never was going to lose it as it's growing. Right, when they got to be 60, they weren't gonna have a financial problem. You see, but the idea about it is like what are those systems, that are financial institutions, the banks, credit card companies, loan companies, they never want working people to know. And you're never going to go. we got a person, several people actually, on our team got a PhD. Leland got a master's degree in finances, and he didn't know anything about those 3 simple rules about how money work. Now he went and got $100,000 loan to get his degree that he had to pay back, and he always talk about. He said the job didn't even pay me $100,000. So he had but the idea about it is everything is designed to have us in debt, but it gives us these trinkets to believe. Just like I had 3 credit cards. You see, I didn't know the rules. I thought I was all right, and so I went on vacation, put on my credit card, right. They kept asking me that I want to increase my limit, right, because I was paying interest consistently. I was that guy, had a high FICO score. I was that person. I was bragging about how high my FICO score was, right? And the higher your FICO score is, the mean that the more you in debt. That's how I get there. You got to prove that you've been paying for some things over a series of years, and that's it. And so they got us all into that rat race where we got the other people who are truly using their money for the right idea. Their money is working for them. They don't care about no FICO score. That ain't important to them. Why? They playing with some other rules. You see? And so the reality is, right, the chessboard and the checkerboard is the same. It's the pieces. It's the rules. It's what governs the activity. And so we're trying to make sure that working people are understanding what governs the activity when it comes to money. So whether you want to or not, you can if you decide to, because you know. And there it is, man. Because I just love the fact that I haven't lost my passion. I had to fight off some resentment about thinking that, man, I thought that company was more invested in me. I thought they was dedicated to my retirement like I was dedicated to performing my duties. And I found out when you mention HR don't know. They don't know. They got the same. They got the same. The HR department had the same 403B plan that I had. They didn't know, right? They had access to the people that did know Fidelity. They could talk to them. But when I went in, I sit down and I say, hey, man, something wrong, right? These numbers don't even look right. And he said, well, didn't you read the booklet we gave you? He put the burden right back on me, right? And so it's like, no, I didn't read that booklet. They said it tells you everything in there, right? And so, I tried to read when they sent me my statement. I tried to read them graphs and all that stuff that I didn't understand the language, right? It's a whole nother language trying to read that. And so I didn't know. And so instead of trying to figure it out, because I thought the company had me, they know what they're doing, and they do. But what they're doing is not in your best interest. It's in the best interest of the company. And just like the insurance that, and I talk to some of my people that I encounter in life, right? Because I do a lot of talking, right? And I'm looking for opportunity to talk to somebody all the time about. And so what I'm realizing in life, man, that the companies that we work for that give us these benefit packages where we got insurance, I found out that those insurance packages, even though the employee gets some benefit from it, they set up to protect the company. That's what everybody's using insurance except for people. So we're trying to get the message out. The value of insurance is to protect your interests. And if you don't have it in place, hey, it's just a matter of time, right? Because things going to happen in life. We can't prevent that. Unexpected. You know how many people, thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, did not see 24. And on the 24th of December, you never would have knew. They wouldn't be the people that came in the 24. We don't know, right? And Bob Proctor said, we don't know how much sand is left in the jar.
Man,
we just don't know.
Brother Mark, I know you've been sitting there quiet. You've been putting it all together. Go ahead and give us something, Mark. I know you got a burning question. Come on, Mark, blow up the spot.
Hold up, Mark.
I'll be very honest. In my years, I've learned that there's a time when you sit back and be quiet and you let wisdom speak. These brothers have information and knowledge that is absolutely critical for the community to understand. I'm well aware of the fact that in America, it's not a nation state, it's a corporation. All the rules, as Brother Akbar had referenced earlier, to the game are set up for those who are financially literate about how corporate entities and structures function. And insurance are financial tools, they're instruments that, if you understand how to use them, they can help you not only protect but grow money in a way that it works for you for generations. But our community historically has been intentionally misinformed, miseducated, and uneducated about the power of these instruments, because money is used as a way to control people in our society. And the less that we know and understand, the more we'll be consumers, the more we'll be manipulated, the more we will be redlined and controlled and kept in a place of servitude. Because right now, corporations are kind of like plantations, and as tax paying, regular, everyday, blue collar, working class people, we don't play by the same rules because the system has kept us ignorant. They're not teaching it in school. And the main thing that a lot of people struggle with right now, because the economic noose is being tightened, housing is becoming unaffordable for the average worker. Food prices are going up. We are being attacked and assaulted financially on every side. And brothers like this, who have the information and the ability to empower and equip us to get financial freedom, because honestly, people talk about being rich. What we really don't want is the money. What we want is the freedom that having enough money to not just pay your bills gives you in our society. So my question is, and I'll put this out to both of you brothers, because you did come from the healthcare side of things into financial education. The hardest thing I've noticed for anything to get people to do is change the way they think. Can you talk about a little bit of the relationship that you've noticed in the mental health issues and crises that we see, and how it's connected to the financial struggles that we see, and why the importance of financial literacy is actually going to help us as well with mental health?
So let me just say this, man, because that's a thought-provoking question, that you just posed. But I'll say this about what I know, right? Is that there's a relationship, right, to health and wealth, right? There's a relationship to lack of finance, right, to illness. And statistically, right, heart attacks, strokes, divorces, all of those critical areas in life, you just track it right back down to finances. Why? Because stress is the number one cause of those conditions. Stress. And the number one cause of stress is lack of finance. You see, and so those relationships that we're trying to, bridge with the community, just understanding that, right? Your money can work for you. The money that you think you don't have, because you transferring it. You're not putting it in a place where it's going to serve you. And so you're transferring that money, and now everything that you're doing now, right? Even though it seemed like you got a life where you can go on vacation, you might can buy some things, you might can look like everything is okay and normal, right? Like I did, right? I got a property, I had a nice car, right? Thought I had a nice job, right? Had some credit cards, go on vacation. I had all of those things in place. But I'm gonna tell you, I was stressed and didn't know it, because my neck was always hurting, my knees and stuff. I was having back problems, and I was nothing wrong with me, other physical that I can see. Went to the doctor, got a checkup, supposed to be in ideal shape, excellent condition. Well, why my back hurt? It was stress related. And I was always thinking, right? In terms of, even though I didn't know the rules, I was always thinking, man, I hope I don't have any emergency situations. Like when I decide to go out of town, I would always be thinking, I hope I don't have any emergency situations. What was the emergency situation? Something financial show up, right? Got to replace the engine in my car or something crazy like that. So it was all connected like that, right? And so when it comes to mental illness, and I worked in mental illness, right? And that's a whole nother animal. Why? Because people can't see it unless it shows up in behavior. And when people are not misbehaving, people ignore people with mental illness. You see, the manifestations of the condition is shown up in the physical aspect, in behavior. You see? And so that's why a lot of mental health patients, when they stabilize on medication, when they get better, they stop the treatment because they think they don't need it. Part of the symptom. You see, and when it comes to, it's the same thing when it comes to money. Right? When you get a little better, I had some people that was thinking about all the right reasons, right, to take on a responsibility that was going to improve their financial health. And almost like a week later, they got a promotion on their job and forgot about everything that was driving them to a point of thinking they need to do something about their condition. And so it's lost. So it's like, it's a trap. And the trap is I'm able to take care of my family. Right now, I mean, just think about that. The trap is I'm able to take care of my family. How? By going to work, trading time for money, with no protection on the fact of something interrupting my time, my ability to trade it for money. My whole life is going to be different. Everything is going to change. And what I talk to people about is taking a broader responsibility, and that is just not you. It's your children, your grandchildren, it's your wife, it's your husband, it's everybody that care about you. If you became disabled and you have no protection on your money, those people that care about you, they got to make some adjustments in their life to make sure you all right. Why? Because they love you and they care about you. And you didn't do the thing that you should have done when you was in a position to do it, to ensure that your family don't have to live like this as a result of your negligence. All right, but we don't necessarily talk like that. But we having both sides of the conversation here.
Come on, man. That's both sides of the conversation. Ladies, don't be out there depressed shopping, create debt. What I'm having a heart attack.
And the point is,
now y'all heard Dr. Hey. Yeah. So you heard Dr. Akbar break it down. Let me break it down for you a little simpler than that. I'm gonna say just like
down, Rich.
It's hard.
Like John Henry said, "Hold up, Rich."
To change. Thank you, Doctor. Hey, it's hard to change people's belief system. I'm gonna keep it that simple right there. My daddy worked 40 years. My mama worked 40 years. They had a pension. They done did this. I was raised up in this house since 1972. Don't tell me I shouldn't keep my money in the bank. I still got the account number and the checkbook that my granddaddy had in 1981. All of that historical stuff is hard to walk through people that belief system. You got to do what we call in clinical terms, denial management. So you got to work through those faulty belief systems and that misinformation that people have been receiving for years. I'm going to do what grandma told me to do. I don't care what John Henry say, Akbar said, all that type of stuff. I'm going to keep my bank account. I'm going to keep money in Wells Fargo because I've been having money in Wells Fargo. My daddy had a Wells Fargo account. My mama had a Wells Fargo account. And I got a Wells Fargo account. And I'm going to keep making Wells Fargo rich. And Wells Fargo going to send you a pen. They send me a pen every year. And I'm gonna tell you, man, we had to work through those little trinkets that they give you, those little rewards things and all that little stuff that they try to hold on to you and make you be a faithful member. You've been a faithful member of Wells Fargo for 20 25 years.
But we gonna give you 25% interest on all your loans.
Well, we gonna give you 25% interest on this new credit card. Everybody on this new credit card. We go. Matter of fact, you pre-approved. You pre-approved. So we gotta break that mentality.
I'm looking now.
That's the mental illness right there. Mark, that's the mental illness, is that faulty belief system. We got to work through that. And how do we do it? We got to do it just like like we did it when we was taught in healthcare, moving them through that stage of change from pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. We got to move them from that pre-contemplation. We got to move them and let them know that's a faulty belief system. Man, you getting played, dude. Just like that. Sometimes you got to bring it down to you got to say it to them in their language so they can understand it. I know Dr. Akbar, that got the propensity to prolifically profanate his English in an articulate and charismatic manner. But sometimes, hey, man, you getting screwed, dude. Just like
seriously. No, that's real, Rich. I mean, I'm glad you said it like that. And I know we're always trying to make things light, but it's very serious. That these entities, and that's why I say they sharks. They prey on the people, the most vulnerable people, when we're not educated. And that's why it's so important that you all here to make sure that this information is uplifted community. I hope you are listening. We have to change the culture. We have to change our mindsets. We have to be intentional and proactive and preventative. We can't just react. See, you get so far in debt. I didn't know it. We got to start being intentional. So when we have these educational Thursdays, when we have these brothers in community doing workshops, you got to show up. You got to trust something, because what's not working is not working. I know how it is. I mean, but we have to change our mindset, what our wants is versus our needs. And we have to align ourselves with people who are on the same pathway that we are going when it comes to financial literacy. I can't be with somebody who's not about money. I can't be with somebody who's understanding investments and savings, because that's going to be the difference between you being well off or just off. You get what I'm saying? So it takes a lot. But I mean, we got to keep pumping this. We got to keep doing this. We got to keep promoting this. And we got to, and this is why I say it's important for Leland's and Akbar and Richard Bill to come here to actually show y'all that it's working. We got to believe something, community, because if we keep doing what we're doing, I can't keep buying fried chicken and paying for GoFundMe to help you bury your babies. You know what I mean? We got to do a better job at how we save and how we invest.
GoFundMe is not an insurance policy.
Yeah, we have to leave a legacy to our community. Very important stuff. I know it's been real. It's been short lived. I'm glad you are here. We're getting close. We got to get out of here. I'm getting text messages from my people. We got to get out of here. It's late. Okay. Hey, but before we go, everybody that comes on here, we also want to give everybody an opportunity to leave some parting words to community and any shout outs to the community. So, Richard, we'll start with you. Please give a shout out to all the amazing folks that you know, because then they're going to lie on you, Richard. They'll say, I saw you on both sides of the conversation. I taught you that and you didn't say my name. I'm going to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to all the amazing folks out here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I want to first off give a shout out to the Honorable Mayor London Nicole Breed. She's done a phenomenal job work. She's been a strong advocate for people in recovery, a strong advocate for Black people in the community, just people in the community, period. Just big shout out to her, working against all the adversaries and everything that are working against it, because she got a hard job. Big shout out to Mayor Breed. Big shout out to Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis, Human Rights Commission. Big shout out to Felicia Jones, my sister Felicia Jones. It's just a lot of people that's on the battlefield. And them here. It's the same people that we work with all the time. So just big shout out to all the people that are working to keep people housed, man. Get people to just doing the right thing for the right reason, man. Working with the children. Big shout out to my good friend Raymond Ross and the San Francisco Brown Bombers. The champions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for the relationships that I got with all my colleagues, and I'm really grateful to have a relationship that I have with Salahudin Akbar. I need to say this. I'm not only a financial educator, but I have the products that we talked about. I got a 3-year-old granddaughter. I got an IUL on my granddaughter. My wife got an IUL. So all of this stuff that I'm talking about, I'm also investing in myself. myself. You know what I'm saying? So this right here works. If you don't, I got the evidence. I got the evidence. If you don't believe me, I got the evidence. So set up an appointment with me anytime you want to talk to me, anytime you want to talk to Akbar, you see his information. A lot of y'all know how to contact me. I'm easy to contact. So thank you, John Henry, for letting me come on your platform, man. You know I love you like a brother.
Hey, man, thank you for all the amazing work you do.
Much love.
Thank
much
you
love,
for all
man.
the things that you do to uplift the people, Richard. You are a pillar of the community. You are a leader. You lead. Here at both sides of the conversation, we always say leadership is about demonstrating what's possible. And you always doing that every day. You lead in a way that people will believe and follow. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your compassion and humility. When you're working with those folks who are going through substance abuse, you're always advocating for folks. So just want to say I appreciate you again, give you your flowers for all of the amazing stuff that you continue to do to our folks in the community. And again, yeah, you're right. Thank you to Mayor London Breed, to Dr. Davis, to all of the amazing folks that uplift the work, and all those adversaries and people that's hating. It's okay, because I'm going to just tell you like this. I love the haters. We got to sometimes salute the haters because they keep us going. They always trying to hate, but hey, we got to uplift the good stuff. We got a lot of good things going, and it starts with people like y'all educating, changing the narrative. That's what we all about, changing the narrative. And it starts with you all who are uplifting the voices of the people, educating the people, making sure that the people understand what they can do. Nothing changed without the voice of the people. Thank you all for being the narrative change folks in the community. Brother Akbar, before you get out of here, don't forget to shout out the wife. I seen her peeking around.
You know what? Hey,
you ain't got to people, brother.
I already got my spiel ready for it, right? Because she actually is the person that inspired me to take on this project, right? This movement, right? To do the things that we're doing. But I want to bring this thing, right to this circle right here, man, with you, with Brother Mark, and, with Richard Bill, right? And, I work with Mick Garner, right? And, he invited me to an event tonight that I couldn't go because of, obviously I'm here, but talking to people coming out the institution, and how they gonna fit into society. We was talking to one of the gentlemen, just did 32 years. And so, it's like, man, when technology was coming about, he was so different. But the idea about it is, man, it's like as we continue to grow and see things for as they are, we want to share the information with everybody that might not be as aware. But I know this, right? None are too blind as those who refuse to see. And we can give all the information, there's some people that just ain't gonna get it, but we're not looking for them, right? We're looking for the folks who are looking for something. And, the reality is, if you don't know what you're looking for, right, you'll give up on the search. And so the reality is, what am I looking for? I'm looking for an opportunity to share some good news with somebody that can add some value to where they are when it comes to what we do. Some of us say it ain't that important, but we work in 2 jobs to get it, and that's money. And it is a crucial feature in our lives. And I just want to say thank, to the work that Richard Bill has been doing, right? And I appreciate you so much, Mr. John Henry, because, right, I don't even think the phone finished ringing, right? It didn't have a full ring, right? And I know it wasn't because of my caller ID, because you didn't have it, but you answered the phone, and I wasn't even expecting that. I was expecting to leave a voice message, and but this is proven proof of who you are, exactly who you say you are, man. A community advocate, a leader in the community, and I'm just so proud to be here. But I'm gonna take it all back to my wife, man, because she made this possible, right? She didn't allow me to settle for a company that was treating me less than she knew I was. And so she encouraged me to do something different. And so I resigned. And I stepped out, and, she encouraged me to get a license. I got a license, right, to do the work that I'm doing. And I cherish and honor everything about what I do, right, because it's what I do that allows me to feel fulfilled. And then the company, they compensate us pretty well, right? So I left my job in 2019, right? And in 2024, I got to be on the same platform with John Henry, right? So shout out to John Henry. Both sides of the
conversation. Blow up the spot. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there, and I appreciate you all because, we do this work for the people. And this is really, really, and that's why I was telling Richard, so many people hate. They see you doing something. They just want to have a problem. I'm okay with the hate, right? But it's about consistency. And I like what you said. We owe what we know. We've been through some things. We learned some things. I could have been one of those guys. Hey, I paid $4,000. I want my money back. You want to learn something? That's not what it's about. I paid a lot of money to learn financial literacy. I gave it back to my people. During the pandemic, when I found out how many folks were behind on their rent, didn't have budgets, debt, I'm like, we got to fix this. This is what this platform was created to bring people like you all to come here and say, community, you need to know this information so that you could grow. We have to elevate. We can't stand still. We got to step and stand with the people. Eagles fly with eagles and 20 birds fly with 20 birds. Are you an eagle or a 20 bird? I don't know. But, we just do the work, man. And this is why it's so important, man. It's a thankless job. You do one thing wrong and you got to get smashed on. And that's why I'm glad Rich, talked about the mayor. You make one decision, everybody hates you, right? It's like, it's never enough. But when it's really in your heart about people, you can't even worry about it. You just got to keep pushing forward. We've gave in San Francisco so many opportunities to folks to, like, we've tried everything. We gave them safe houses to shoot up, though. We tried it, like, we've done everything. And now it's coming back to the reality of some folks is going to get it, some folks not. That's just what it is. So I appreciate the work that Richard is doing, what you are doing. Shout out to Majig, NCLF, all of the amazing folks that's in the trenches, Cold Tenderloin, ACN, all of the folks that are just in the trenches trying to get dirty. Everybody can't be served. But there's a lot of people out there serving, and that's what it's all about, both sides of the conversation. We're just a small little light. We're just uplifting the people. We're trying to bring something different. I mean, I could sit on here and talk about relationships all day. I could talk about trashy stuff. I could get followers and views being negative, right? But what are we going to do to enhance our community? Our folks are suffering. I try to keep this platform where it's for the people. I like to have different conversations. I try to keep it interesting, but I want to elevate our people. This is why this Educational Thursday segment is so important to me, because I know this is an opportunity to grab the ears of some folks who may not have heard what's going on. Nobody may have heard of the brother Akbar tonight, but tonight somebody said, oh, I got to save. I got to go to my HR tomorrow. Oh, I got to call. I got to see what my money is. Oh, I got to get me a life insurance plan. This is the whole purpose, to intentionally trigger the minds. It's easy to be comfortable. I always tell my people, don't get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, you become vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, anything can happen. Tonight, community, Brother Akbar, Brother Bills came here. You can't be vulnerable now. You've been told. There's no excuse. Find a way to change your financial livelihood. Make sure you're building generational wealth. Make sure you're planning your estate so that you can keep your wealth. Make sure you have your insurance outside of your company so that you are covered. That little bit of cost can give you a whole lot of comfort later on. Let's do our part. Brother Akbar, Brother Bill, I know it's late. See, when I talk about the people that's committed, you guys are up here, Nate. I know you've been out all day. Rich, you probably been up since 4:30. I know you had the press conference with the mayor. You probably been up all night. He's sitting there, but he's here, community. This is what I talk about, the passion. How do you care about Black people? Because I'm going to tell you, there's some educated fools out there. There's some folks climbing the education ladder, the corporate ladder. And they, John Henry, I gotta go. They care about you. They stayed. They listened. They wanted to make sure you understood. You have a financial future. You have an opportunity. They didn't hold on to the information. They gave you love tonight. They gave you an opportunity to hear something new, a new voice, a new opportunity, a new perspective. Take your money out of Wells Fargo if you didn't hear nothing else. Get an IDL, community. Hey, but thank you guys for being here. I mean, because it's very enriching, and our community is vulnerable. And I always tell people, don't go buy get those those consumer store credit cards. You get in line, you at Macy's. Hey, sign up for this 15. You get 15% off, and they're gonna put you at $15,000 in debt. Okay, be careful of these little Target cards and all this stuff. Community, let's be intentional. Let's save. Let's plan. Let's really make sure the things we want that we're appropriate. I don't care if you got to do the envelope program. However, you got to save the things you want. Be intentional. Have a budget. Find a way to get out of debt. We are headed to economic times that we haven't seen since 2008, like Richard said. Okay, this country is in a crisis. We are headed to another major war in this country. The businesses are closing. The economic boom is going down. The stock market is moving in the other way. I'm just saying, community, we got an election year that's going on. There's some serious things. Tonight is the night. Take a seat. Take a deep breath. Think about your finances. If something happened, how are you going to get by? Think about the importance of saving. Go check your investment account. Don't be letting other people watch your money. You just heard Brother Akbar. Go find out. Maybe you got a 403B. You ain't checked in 9 months. Go see what's going on. Be intentional. Tonight is the alarm. We've set the alarm off tonight. Tonight, we blew up the spot. I don't know, community. You got to get ready for what's going on. We got some stuff happening. Yeah. But with that being said, I'm going to let y'all get out of here. Again, thank you, Richard. I know you got to get rest. Again, brother, I saw the press conference, impressed with what y'all doing. I'm looking forward to the rollout. When y'all do the grand opening, make sure you give me an invite. I'll be there. Again, it is important to have safe spaces for folks to continue to heal and continue to uplift their lives. We could do it in this city, even with all that's going on. A little bit of love, a little bit of opportunity and access could change the dynamics of our communities all across this country. Brother Akbar, thank you. I know you got to get to the old lady. Y'all eat and get some rest. Thank you for being here. You're a part of both sides of the conversation. We will get you a hat. I will connect with you, brother. I promise you. I'll see you out there, and we'll make sure you get you some gear. Keep doing the work you're doing, brother. You looking good. Community. Brother Akbar is coming on 70. Woo! Black don't crack. That's all I can say. It is Black History Month. This brother is making history, community. He look good. He look good. Handsome brother, okay? I'm just saying. Look at Brother Richard over there. You see when you got your money right, you ain't stressing off debt and bills. You just look good. You just, everything is great. Get out of debt so you can look good as Brother Akbar, okay? Community, let's do it. Hey, thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm going to let you brothers get out of here. Brother Richard, I appreciate you. I'll see you. And anything I can do to help you, again, thank you for the connection. And we'll continue to do our part to uplift the voices of the people and change the narrative in this city and beyond. That's just what we're here to do. Have a great, blessed evening, y'all. Let me know whatever we can do. If you're having a panel or educational cohort or whatever, send us the flyers. We'll help get it out so folks can sign up and be a part of the work y'all doing. Thank you very much for all the services.
Love it, brother. Thank you.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, John Henry.
All right, man. See y'all, brothers.
All right, you too.
All right, there you go, community. All I can say is 2 powerful brothers came on tonight. They gave up on some game. I don't know, maybe like, I don't understand it. Hey, reach out, call them. If you need a connection, I'll get you some folks. I know a lot of folks is doing this work. Connect with somebody. Financial literacy is very important. We got to figure out a way to get out of this financial ruin. We got to get out of this debt. We got to invest. We got to plan for the future. We got to be intentional. I don't know. It's a lot of things we got to do, but we got to get out of here because my team is some giant. We got to get late. All right, Brother Mark, before we get out of here, give your party words to the community, brother. I know it was deep. I kind of went nuts tonight. You know, I got to make sure my people know. But Brother Mark, people, brother.
It is a powerful conversation. One of the I hope community takes to heart. Like the brother say, you're in the game of money. Most people don't even know the rules. They don't realize that the game is rigged and everybody's out to get our money. They trying to keep us broke. They trying to keep us down. So just as the game is intentional as getting money away from you, you better be twice as intentional, community, about getting your money up and protecting it for yourself and for generations to come. So I hope the information again strikes a nerve. I hope somebody get pissed off. I hope you get mad because you realize just how many ways money is being extracted out of your life and how your wealth is being robbed from you. So I hope you get mad enough to do something about it, community, and get you a money coach. And besides that, again, I just want to encourage people. We want to hear from you as well. Like the shows that we're doing, we want to get your feedback. Tell us how we're doing, topics you want to talk about, things you want us to discuss. Please go to the Survey Monkey survey and please fill out the survey. Let us know how we're doing so we can better serve you, community. Please make sure there you go. Follow, go down there, BSOTC podcast, Survey Monkey. Check us out.
Man, thank you, brother. And that's what we trying to do. Listen, community, we here for you. This is not about us. We for you. We want to do better. Okay, I know I'm not perfect. I know y'all like Bishop. When I see you, I'm throwing a rocket. I know I can't get it always right. Okay, we're trying to find out. We want to do better for our community. If there's things you want to talk about, things, concepts that you guys would like to see, we want to advance. This is the community platform. This is for our people. All right. We're not here to take all of the rank and file. No, it's for the people. Reach out, take the survey, send us an email, whatever you got to do. Tell us what you would like to see. I want to see a conversation on this. I would like to see this. We'll find the people and bring them on. That's what we all about. We're trying to pivot for the community. We're trying to make changes for the community. We can't change the narrative and we don't change who we are. We're trying to change community. Okay. We're trying to do different things. So with that being said, Brother Mark, thank you. I know Sister Io is out. Thank you, Io, wherever you are. I know she's out blessing somebody. Community. Next Tuesday, not this Tuesday coming up the 13th, on the 20th. I don't care where you at. I need you to tune in and support our young people, okay? Next Tuesday, February 20th, 1 week before our bowling event. The winners of our essay contest will be on our Hidden Gem segment. We're going to bring all the essay winners up here, and there's some other winners as well. But we'll talk about that later. But we'll bring the winners. Come support the young people. When we talk about reciprocity, when we talk about uplifting the young people, I need all of the community. I need all of the parents of these phenomenal young people who wrote these essays. I need all of the community. I want to see the chats booming up. I want to see congratulations and thank you, all the stuff. Cheer these young people on. If we really want our young people to take advantage and do the things that they need to do, we got to support them and uplift them. And these young people took the time to write these essays. They poured their time in it. And I want the community there to support these young people. I want to see y'all in the chat congratulating these young people. Tag, share. Let's support our young people so that they can stay motivated to continue to educate, continue to bring out their greatness. And I really want to put that out there because y'all know me. I love the young people. I know there's a lot of young people out there that sometimes want to give up or they might not have all of the support. Let's do our part as a community to support these young folks. When they come on, they gonna be nervous. We're gonna get them to read their essays, the ones who won. And I want y'all there to support. So I just wanted to put that out there. But it's time for us to go. I got to get a benediction, Mark. I'm going to make it short. It's sweet, okay? If the people get down here, get off the air, go to sleep. All right, here we go, community. With that being said, this is the benediction because I am the bishop, okay? All right, with that being said, community, tonight, I hope you understand the importance of financial literacy, the importance of your financial future. I hope you understand that money is just not something we give away. I just hope you understand that there's more to earning, going to work. We have to plan for the future. We have to be intentional about what we're doing for our future. We have to make sure that we are leaving a legacy for our young people. We have to make sure that our family doesn't just go to work with nothing to show for it. We must do our part as the elders, the adults, to make sure that our young people are educated, knowledge, and understand the importance of life insurance, the importance of college investments, the importance of saving and investing. It is an important thing. We must learn and understand how money empowers us. We must also understand the importance of legacy and how we can help the next generation below us become great and not have to work as hard as we work to make a living. We could do this. You have to be disciplined. You have to pay attention. You have to make sure that you are intentional about the money that you're spending and how you're utilizing the money. You could do it. All it takes is the opportunity. Tonight, Richard Beale, Brother Akbar, came here and gave you the tips. Estate planning, insurance, investments. How do you do it? Index funds. Please, community, if nothing else, tonight, call your HR. Look into your retirement accounts. Make sure that you are doing everything that you need to do to make sure that you are investing for your future. Understand the language. Ask the questions. If you need help, reach out to Brother Akbar. Reach out to me. I don't know. Reach out to somebody. I don't understand this. What does this mean? You got to make the right decision. There's no excuse tonight. You have been blessed with the information. Whatever you do with it, I don't know. We gave you something. Maybe it ain't everything you need, but we gave you something tonight. You should walk away saying, yes, I'm going to do a better job with my money. Yes, I'm not going to just spend money over. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Say yes to some things tonight. Be disciplined. Make the change that is needed. With that being said, community, we won't have a show this Sunday Because it's Super Bowl Sunday and the San Francisco 49ers are playing in the Super Bowl. Why would I have a show when my team is in the Super Bowl? No, I'm just saying, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We won't be here on Sunday. Please don't throw darts at us. Where they at? We won't be on, okay? We'll be watching the game, celebrating, and enjoying. Win or lose, I'm going to have a great time. It's just excitement to see our city being represented. As many negative things that is going on and people try to say about San Francisco, the San Francisco 49ers is giving hope. The Warriors are giving hope. The Giants are giving hope. Our mayor, the elected officials, the leaders that are trying to bring hope and joy to our community, they're doing something about it. Let's all be the change agents. Let's all find out what we could do to give a little bit more, do a little bit more so that we can be the change makers and make a difference for our community. With that being said, our next live show will be Tuesday the 13th. Now, that's not the show you got to tune into. Now, that is the show you got. Every show you should do that, all right? But we'll have some phenomenal hidden gems. But the following Tuesday, February 20th, very, very special show. Community, tune in, uplift the young people, and support the young people for this. With that being said, we love you. Good night now. We're blowing up the spot. Good night, community.